Hello my lovelies and welcome to the Rebooted Trailer Talk. This is a thing that I tried doing a while ago on this channel where I would talk about one and only one trailer to a movie that I was excited for. And it didn't quite go to plan, so I called it a day. But there are still so many trailers coming out that I am desperate to either talk about or acknowledge in some way. So I decided a change is in order. So what it is that I'm going to do is, rather than just taking a look at the one trailer, I'm going to be picking several trailers that came out over the past month. And I'm just basically going to give like a general overview of the trailers, what's featured in them, who's in them, and why they interest me. So without further ado, let's start off with Fantastic Four. Okay, so this technically got released last month. And I don't care. Look, this is a movie that I've both been really excited and cautious about since it was first announced, and I really wanted to say a few things. Fantastic Four First Step sees Marvel's first family forced to balance their roles as heroes with the strength of their family bond, and defend the Earth from a ravenous space god called Galactus, and his enigmatic herald the Silver Surfer. So this is going to be the third reboot of the Marvel Comics adaptation, but this time it's under Marvel Studios. And so far, this looks to be the most unique adaptation so far. This one is being directed by Matt Shakman, who previously worked on TV shows like The Boys, Monarch and WandaVision, and stars Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn and Eben Moss-Backrack as the new Fantastic Four. And we will also see the likes of Matthew Wood, the actor who voiced General Grievous as Herbie, Rafe Innocent as the Devourer of Worlds Galactus, and Julia Garner as the new Silver Surfer Shallabal. This is the first proper trailer that we've had for this movie, and so far I'm really liking the direction of it. It isn't set within the main MCU, it takes place within its own separate reality where it's like this futuristic retro 1960s aesthetic, which is very unique for this franchise. I mean, it worked for The Incredibles, and that's often considered to be the best Fantastic Four movie we've ever got. It feels like its own thing, it feels fresh, and that's something that I think the MCU really needs right now. Now yes, it does seem to be following the exact same story as the 2007 movie Rise of the Silver Surfer, but two things. One, that is the story of Galactus, and two, Galactus is no longer a cloud. Despite there being a load of leaked concept art and promo images for this movie, we still haven't had a clear look at Galactus yet. But I've got to be honest, I am really happy with how he looks so far. I have admittedly seen the leaks and I do know how he looks, and he looks amazing. Same with this new version of Ben Grimm the Thing, which looks so much more comic accurate than anything we've had before. They've even got his big thick eyebrow, and I'm really liking that we do get to see a little bit of his personal struggle as well. That was something that I was always a little bit worried about when it came to the Thing being introduced into the MCU because of the way that they've gone with the Hulk. People aren't scared of the Hulk anymore, so why would they be scared of the Thing? Anyway, we only really have an idea about what this movie will be about. We still don't know how characters like the Mole Man or whoever it is that John Malkovich and Natasha Lyonne are playing will factor into it. They did officially reveal in this trailer that Sue Storm is pregnant, and if rumours are to be believed, this is going to be a huge plot point. Not just for this movie, but Doomsday as well. But we'll have to wait and see. But I do like that we do get to see a little bit of the team in action, as well as a small glimpse of Mr. Fantastic's stretching abilities, which have been recently confirmed to be inspired by Octopi. It's a hard power to get right, but so far I do like how it looks. This trailer has made me so happy with what it is that Marvel are doing with this property, with the characters, with the setting, everything about it. I really hope it's good, and I am looking forward to it. The Fantastic Four First Steps will be out in July. Next up, we have a brand new original horror movie called Weapons. Weapons is a new creation from Zach Cregger, the director of 2022's Barbarian. And I must say, I am intrigued by this. The movie surrounds a mystery in which, on the same night at the exact same time, all but one children from the exact same classroom mysteriously vanish, and the community is left wondering who or what is behind their disappearance. This trailer is dripping with atmosphere and creepy imagery as we get a taste of what to expect. And thankfully, this doesn't show too much, it just gives the basic premise and showcases who's in it, and gives us a glimpse at the horrors that await. It's also set to star a pretty decent cast as well, including Julia Garner, Josh Brolin, Benedict Wong and Alden Ehrenreich. Julia Garner's having a good year, isn't she? First Wolfman, then Fantastic Four, and now this. It looks suitably disturbing. I do think that there might be something supernatural at play in this, and from what it is that we do see in this trailer, it has piqued my interest. I am really curious about this and I hope that it's good. Weapons will be released in August. Next up, we have a trailer for a long overdue sequel, and that is Now You See Me, Now You Don't. I will be completely honest and openly say that I did not know that this movie was in development, and when this trailer popped up on my timeline, I was really surprised. These aren't my favourite movies, and I do think that they do come across as they think they're a lot more clever than they actually are, but they are a load of fun and they can be creative, and this one looks no different. This time around, a diamond heist reunites the retired horsemen who team up with a new group of illusionists to take down a worldwide criminal network. Not only will we see the original cast, including Isla Fisher, making a return, we also now have a new team being introduced. This one being made up of Justice Smith, Dominic Sessa and Ariana Ariana Greenblatt. Bloody hell, Ariana has a good agent. She's in everything nowadays. I do think that this movie is going to act as a swan song for the original Horsemen and be used as a setup for a new team, and that new team will carry the franchise forward. But we won't know until the movie comes out. It does look fun, and I do hope for fans that this has been worth the 10-year wait. Now You See Me, Now You Don't will be out in November. Now, we also have a new Stephen King adaptation coming out called The Long Walk. I've never heard of this before, but apparently it's one of, if not the first novel that Stephen King ever wrote. And wow, this trailer got my attention. Not least because this has a pretty scary appearance from Mark Hamill, but because the story is about this really grueling endurance contest. And that contest sees a group of men having to walk non-stop at 3 miles per hour until only one of them is left. Oh, this looks intense. As great as Stephen King's horror work is, I honestly think his drama work is so much more gripping, especially when it focuses on putting characters in extreme situations. And this looks like no exception as the tension slowly builds across the trailer, and it's left me really wanting to see how it plays out. It looks really good, it looks really intense, and I'm so glad to see David Johnson again. I thought he was brilliant in Alien Romulus, and I was really looking forward to seeing what else he would do. I don't know if this movie is going to be worth a cinema trip, but it is something that I am keen to check out. The Long Walk will be out in September. Now, DC Studios have treated us to 2 trailers for 2 very different projects this month, with the first one being a look at the 2nd season of Peacemaker. The first season of Peacemaker was something that nobody had asked for, and yet, in spite of that, it became one of the best things to come from DC in recent years. But with all the changes going on behind the scenes at DC, like the formation of DC Studios, the 2 new CEOs, and a 10-year plan for all the future projects, I kind of thought that Peacemaker was over and done with. But as it turns out, not only is Peacemaker coming back, he is now officially part of the DCU, as we see a brief glimpse from Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner, Isabella Merced as Hawkgirl, and the debut of Sean Gunn as Max Lord. I love how connected this universe already feels. This trailer gives us a really good idea about the ride that we will be in for, with Team Peacemaker now forced to go on the run after Rick Flag Sr. is appointed the head of Argus, and has a very personal vendetta against Christopher. We also get to see pretty much all of the surviving characters from Season 1 making an appearance too. I won't lie, I am a little bit confused how this is going to fit into the new DC universe, especially considering all the canon events in the previous season. Basically, some stuff from Season 1 and the Suicide Squad will be officially canon. I'm guessing Rick Flag Jr.'s death is one of them, but it is complicated how this will work. I still need to see Creature Commandos, we can't watch it over here. Yeah, for some reason Warner Brothers have not released HBO Max in the UK. Anyway, I do hope that they answer it in a way that makes sense, and I kind of think that they might have answered how, but I could be wrong. The end of the trailer sees Peacemaker using one of the multiverse doors that we previously saw in Shazam, and ending up in another universe where a different Peacemaker exists. That could be our answer. I have seen some people say that this is just setting up Clayface in live action, but I highly doubt it. Time will tell. But confusion aside, I am really excited for this, and I am so happy that we are getting a 2nd season. Peacemaker Season 2 will be streaming on HBO Max from August. Next up, we have our first look at Amazon's upcoming live-action Spider-Noir series, which sees Nicolas Cage reprising his role from the Spider-Verse movies. At least I hope this is the real thing, because it doesn't seem to have been officially released by Amazon yet. There's not much to say, to be honest. It's just a quick teaser that shows off the style and tone, which quite rightfully is very similar to Sin City. So far, I think they've captured the style really well, and I honestly love the look of the costume as well. So far, the official logline reads that the story follows an aging and down on his luck private investigator in 1930s New York, who is forced to grapple with his past life as the city's one and only superhero. I am very curious where this one will go, whether it will tie into the Spider-Verse movies and what villains will appear. I know that Brendan Gleeson has been cast in this series, but they haven't said who he's playing. There's no sign of him whatsoever in this trailer, but my money's on him playing Osborn. I think that he would really suit that version of the Goblin. Personally, I would love to see somebody like Hammerhead getting incorporated into this, because I do think that he would suit this show really well, and he's one of those characters that we have yet to see in live action. I am also really curious whether or not they're going to address what happens to Uncle Ben in this universe, and whether the Vulture is going to appear or not, because that is quite grisly in the comics. It's really messed up. And it also begs the question of what age certificate this is going to be as well, because my money would be on this being rated an R. But it is Spider-Man, so they might tone it down for younger audiences, which I really hope they don't do. But anyway, I do hope that it is really good, but we'll have to wait and see what happens when it comes out in 2026. Rather surprisingly, this month we also got a trailer for Nobody 2. The first Nobody was a gloriously action-packed surprise with a brilliant performance from Bob Odenkirk, who most people will know as Saul Goodman from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. And in this movie, he's on holiday. And oh my god, this looks amazing. In this one, Hutch takes his family on a vacation to a small tourist town, but soon finds himself in the crosshairs of a corrupt theme park operator, a shady sheriff, and a bloodthirsty crime boss. And brutal mayhem follows. This trailer showcases everything that you need to know. The new location, the returning cast including Christopher Lloyd, the main story without showing too much, as well as the creative and bloody carnage that follows. The boat sequence and that scene at the fun fair, which I'm guessing is going to be the finale for this movie, they look absolutely spectacular. This does seem to be following the John Wick template, in which it's going to move away from the grimy, gritty tone that was established in the first movie and go into something a little bit more sleeker and polished. I mean, both this and John Wick were written by Derek Kolstad, and according to him, they're set in the same universe. Regardless, this looks like it will be a really good time, and I am genuinely looking forward to it. Nobody 2 will be out in August. Now, for what most of you probably clicked on this video for, and that's the first proper trailer for Superman, formerly known as Superman Legacy. We've previously had 2 sneak peeks at this movie so far, the first being a teaser trailer and the second one being a 5-minute clip. And now we have the first official full-length trailer. We're still going to get complaints and things from the usual lot who for some reason spend all their time reacting to every single comment related to this movie with a laughing emoji because they have nothing better to do. But I think this trailer has hopefully gone some way of calming any skepticism from both casual moviegoers and Superman fans. Honestly, this looks brilliant. In this, we get to see more of this version of the Man of Steel. From his history, his relationship with his parents and Lois, a small bit of the rivalry with Lex Luthor, how Clark holds himself as well as his vocal shift just like Christopher Reeve did, and how he instinctively has to get involved when people are in danger. Plus, we also get to see a little bit more of what the DCU is shaping up to be like, with more shots of the apparently named Justice Gang, consisting of Guy Gardner, Hawkgirl and Mr. Terrific, the giant kaiju causing havoc in Metropolis, the return of Rick Flag Sr., a better look at the Authority's Engineer and Ultraman, as well as this mysterious hammer of Baravia. Plus, we also get to see a small glimpse of Metamorpho and his powers, which I am curious how they are going to adapt. But my god, the prosthetics for him look amazing. I am still convinced that he is going to have a much larger role in this than they've let on, but we'll see. And we also get another look at Crypto. I will have no bad words said about either him or the effects work. There is a lot happening in this, and I do get the skepticism that a lot of people do seem to have about this movie being overstuffed. It has been rumoured for a little while now that this movie is going to have maybe like an episodic kind of feel to it, which would be different, help separate it from previous movies, but I am curious how that would work. If the whole movie is structured around the interview between Lois and Clark, I think that could work. Honestly, I am really liking the look of this. I love the cast, David Corenswet, Rachel Brosnahan, Nicholas Hoult. I love that it does seem to capture the vibe of the comics that it is taking its inspiration from, as well as the animated series. I am enjoying the fact that we are going to be diving straight into an established universe, and all the weird and wacky stuff from the comics are going to be in this from day one. We're getting Crypto, we're getting Metamorpho, we're getting Green Lanterns, we're getting Hawkgirl, who I believe is meant to be an amalgamation of different versions. According to Isabella Merced, who's playing her, she is going to be playing the Kendra Saunders version of Hawkgirl, but she's also going to be a reincarnated Thanagarian warrior. So we really are jumping into an established DC universe, and I love that. I'm just hoping that it's more accessible to casual moviegoers than the DCEU was. I'm liking how Superman is being portrayed. The costume, I will say, has grown on me. It has taken some getting used to, but I did appreciate all the influences that went into the design, even the trunks. On a side note, if I see anyone calling him Diaper Man on social media, I don't consider them Superman fans. It's just petty and childish. Grow up. Anyway, I do have a lot of ideas and theories about how this one is going to play out, how it's going to set up chapter 1 of the DC universe, how it connects together with Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. But at this point in time, I am just happy that after 12 years, we are finally getting another Superman movie on the big screen. And so far, it does look really good, and I am excited for it. Superman will be in cinemas in July. Next, we have a teaser for another Stephen King adaptation, and this one is a TV show that I've been looking forward to. Welcome to Derry. Pennywise the Clown and his red balloons are back in this new prequel show streaming on HBO Max, and takes place in the same universe as the 2 movies. It will once again follow a group of kids, this time in 1962, where they have to face their fears and hometown horrors as the terrifying entity known as It stalks the small town of Derry in Maine once again. This is only a small teaser, but to be completely honest, I think this is all we need. It gives us a small taste of the horrors that await us, including a brief glimpse of Pennywise right at the end. Pennywise is once again played by Bill Skarsgård, and even though he's cloaked in shadow in this teaser, From what it is that we can see, he doesn't really look that different. But don't forget, it is a shapeshifter and Pennywise is only one of its forms. And I like that we don't see anything else. I am hoping, since this takes place in 1962, that we do get some of the creatures and scares from the book or the Tim Curry miniseries making an appearance. And I've got a feeling, just like the movie, it's not going to be just it that the kids need to be wary of. Both the book and the miniseries start off in the 1950s, and a lot of the creatures that appear are actually based on a lot of classic movie monsters from the 1950s. And since this is going to be a 9-part series, possibly multiple seasons based on what I've heard, they do have the opportunity to do that. I absolutely love the first movie, and I'm in the minority who thought that Chapter 2 was good. And seeing as both Andy and Barbara Machete are staying on as producers, and they have the blessing of Stephen King to make this, I think this is going to be one to watch. So we'll see how it goes. It, Welcome to Derry, will be streaming on HBO Max later this year. Disney have also given us a first teaser trailer to Zootopia 2, or Zootropolis 2 if you live here. I really don't understand why it's called something different here. Anyway, there's not a huge deal that I can really say about this, except that this is one of the most creative teaser trailers I've ever seen. It's not actual film footage as far as I know, but it breezes through the locations, the characters, and hints at the plot. From what we know, Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde are back and voiced once again by Jennifer Goodwin and Jason Bateman, and they will be going undercover to investigate a new mystery involving new character Gary DeSnake, voiced by Ke Huy Quan. I am really curious what it is that they are going to do with this movie. I absolutely love the first one. It's one of my favourite modern Disney movies, and I have always said that this is one that needs a sequel. So I am both happy and excited that we are getting a proper sequel to this, and it's not just going to be another season of the Disney Plus show. I'm really glad that they don't reveal too much in this teaser, and I really hope that this one sticks the landing. Disney's sequels don't tend to be as good as the first movie, but we'll see what happens. But as of right now, I am really looking forward to it. Zootopia 2 will be out in November. Right, I think that is pretty much everything I want to say for this video, so if you have watched this video, thank you very much for watching. I'm not going to be able to go over absolutely every single trailer that comes out over the month because too many things get released and these videos will be too long to do. I was going to mention things like the Smashing Machine and the 2 Predator movies, and Netflix's big event where they're going to reveal teasers for One Piece and Sandman and Wednesday and all those other things, but these were the big ones that I really wanted to talk about. So if you do enjoy this content, please be sure to like, subscribe and hit that notification button. If you have seen any of these trailers, let me know down in the comments what you think about them, what your theories and thoughts are for these movies, whether you're excited for them or just your general thoughts. Whatever they are, let me know down below. Plus, if you have any suggestions for any future rewind reviews or recommendations you would like to see me do, let me know down below. And keep an eye out next month for more trailer talk. But until then, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you in the next video. See you guys.